now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together. Formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. On the ground, it's Geis. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Geis, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Third down, here's Haskins. A fight for the football, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
Come on,
Lucky to get away with
Come on,
that one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. A toss play, Gordon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
On 3rd down, Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20, 10.
It's a touchdown, baby!
Leading to a Washington touchdown. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Too much speed, boy! Too much speed back there!
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Love. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
You go tight. You got tight right there.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. This just a 24-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Patch it. Wide, get wide.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. He may try and run for this. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch time. Tight end right. 3 down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Pick the edge. Pick the edge. Go.
Here's Gordon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 22-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Bro, did you just say a nano?
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. This time Jackson will throw it. And this one incomplete.
How's that a nano?
Contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Tucker's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Who's that? 552.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check. He's checking. Crash. Hey, switch gears. Check 9. Slap.
Now Haskins. Now he's forced out left. He's going to take off with it. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. To throw on third down. Haskins. He's got his man here. It's Green. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Switch. Check it out.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go. Mike 52. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey. Go. What? You don't want it. Showing that. Alert flare. Truck. Rush in.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Green brings it in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
5-2 to Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. Wild Bill. Wild Bill. Say it. He's cracked. He's checking crack. Twist. Watch the twist. Hayward.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson. As the first half is winding down. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 17-3.
Thought it was sweet. Now you know he's in for a war.
Zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
But, gotta get the point.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson forced out to his left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Get ready.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Shit.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And Geis is going to be stopped short, as he did not get the push he needed. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. With it is Brown. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, touchdown number 18 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker with the extra point, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Here we go. 70 Indians. Use the mic. All right. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Mike 52. Mike 52. Rip right. Rip right. Kill. Turn on. Whoa. Turn it up. Kill. Turn right.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Finding Green complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check back.
Now Haskins on 1st down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18.
That's another Washington Redskins.
Haskins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On 1st down, this is Geis. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Man, I got you. 5-2 is the mic. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. Hey, watch the ball.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Haskins, he's going to loft one deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Watch a slap. Watch a slap.
And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Let's make these babies cry.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down. Not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the
rush coming, and he's taken down. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Haskins to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
52's the mark. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Right here, right here. 52's the mark, boys. 52. Watch QB drop. Watch QB. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And checking in on what's going on up in the Meadowlands. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. Gets this one to Hill. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. before they can get the punt away whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right? This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. An excellent gain, 35 yards. From the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Ravens on third down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. Spins away. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Just like that. 55's my guy.
Here's Jackson throwing on fourth down. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Daron Payne able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson dancing to his left. Finding room at the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3. The Ravens on 3rd down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. Play action. It's Jackson rolling to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
Let's go. Touchdown. Come on, boy. You better be hustling.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Throwing is Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. To throw again is Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
To try again after the sack, Jackson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big adjustment, but much more emphasis.
This is caught inside the 15. They'll get 34 yards there.
I know we love our jobs. Pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Reuben Foster picks it. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he was scored. Touchdown, Washington. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
at their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Escaping the pressure right. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half. Nope. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Deron Payne in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Miles Boykin. Incomplete. It's third down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home.
Good game, bro. Good game, my man.
Behind the line. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Redskins, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.